Let me ask you something. Have you felt it? That quiet pull in your chest that doesn't go away, no matter how much you try to ignore it. That faint whisper in the back of your mind that tells you there's something more to life than what you see around you. You felt it, haven't you? That's not your imagination. That's you being reminded of who you are. You are not here by accident. You are not ordinary. You are a chosen one. And today, we're going to talk about how you can unlock what has always been inside of you, your spiritual powers. But let me warn you, this isn't for the faint-hearted. It's not about tricks or shortcuts. It's about diving into the deepest parts of your being and waking up to what has been waiting for you all along. The first step is understanding that being a chosen one isn't about privilege. It's about responsibility. It's not about being better than anyone else. It's about being tasked with something specific, something sacred. The reason you've always felt different, the reason you've always felt like you don't quite belong, is because you're not meant to follow the crowd. You're meant to lead not in the way the world defines leadership, but in a way that inspires others to remember their own power. But before you can lead, you must unlock your own. And that's what we're going to do together.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
Let's start with the basics. The first thing you need to understand is this: your spiritual powers are already within you. They're not something you need to acquire or achieve. They're something you need to uncover. If you've ever felt a deep, inexplicable knowing about something, or if you've had moments where time seemed to stop and everything became clear, those were glimpses of your power. But here's the problem: we live in a world that teaches us to forget who we are. From the moment we're born, we're bombarded with noise, expectations, distractions, fear. And all of that noise buries our true selves under layers of doubt and disconnection. So the first step to unlocking your spiritual powers is silence. Not silence in the sense of sound, but silence in the sense of presence. You need to strip away the noise. This isn't easy. It means turning off the endless stream of information, stepping away from the constant need to be productive and sitting with yourself. And when you do, you'll realize something profound: the part of you that feels restless, that feels like it's always searching, isn't broken. It's the part of you that remembers. It's the part of you that knows you're meant for more. But let me ask you this: when was the last time you truly listened to yourself? Not the version of you that speaks out of fear or self-doubt, but the version of you that feels eternal, because that's where your power lives. And the only way to access it is to stop running from it. You have to sit with yourself in the stillness, no matter how uncomfortable it feels, and let that part of you come forward. As you begin to silence the noise, something incredible happens. You start to notice things you've never noticed before. You start to feel the energy around you, the subtle shifts in your emotions, the way your body responds to certain situations. This is your intuition waking up. And intuition is one of the most powerful tools you have as a chosen one. It's not just a feeling, it's a language. It's how your soul communicates with you. But here's the thing: intuition doesn't shout. It whispers. And if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. So how do you strengthen your intuition? Start by trusting it, even when it doesn't make sense, even when it goes against logic. The more you trust it, the louder it becomes. And the louder it becomes, the more you'll realize that it's not just guiding you, it's protecting you. It's leading you to the places and people that will help you grow, and away from the things that will drain you. But here's the hard part: to fully trust your intuition, You have to let go of control. You have to stop trying to figure everything out and allow yourself to be guided. This is terrifying for most people because we've been taught to believe that control equals safety. But for the chosen, control is an illusion. Your power doesn't come from controlling your life. It comes from aligning with it. Now let's talk about energy. Everything in the universe is energy, including you. Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, they all carry a frequency. And the frequency you emit determines the reality you experience. This isn't some abstract, woo-woo concept. It's science, it's physics. It's the law of vibration. And as a chosen one, your energy is especially powerful. That's why you've probably noticed that your emotions have a stronger impact on your reality than most people's. When you're in a high vibration, joy, gratitude, love, things seem to flow effortlessly. But when you're in a low vibration, fear, anger, doubt, it feels like the whole world is against you. So, how do you raise your vibration? The first step is awareness. Pay attention to how you're feeling throughout the day. Notice what triggers you, what drains you, and what uplifts you. And then make a conscious choice to prioritize the things that bring you joy. This might sound simple, but it's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. Because prioritizing joy means letting go of anything that isn't aligned with it, even if it's something you've held onto for years. And this brings us to the most challenging part of unlocking your spiritual powers: letting go. As a chosen one, you're carrying a lot of baggage that isn't yours. You're carrying the expectations of others, the pain of past experiences, the fear of the unknown. And all of this weighs you down. It blocks your energy. It blinds you to your power. The only way to move forward is to release it. This doesn't mean forgetting or ignoring what you've been through. It means acknowledging it, learning from it, and then setting it free. So I'll ask you this: what are you holding on to that you know you need to let go of? What is keeping you from stepping into your power? Be honest with yourself. Because the moment you let go is the moment you create space for something greater. Let's get into it. Power isn't something you stumble upon by chance. It's cultivated, it's sharpened. And as a chosen one, you're not here to wait for your abilities to magically appear. You're here to awaken them with intention. But here's the thing: awakening isn't about adding something to yourself. It's about peeling away everything that's been blinding you to what's already there. Spiritual power isn't external. It's not something you learn or borrow. It's something you remember, and remembering requires practice. The first practice is breath. Not just breathing to survive, but breathing to connect. Most of us breathe shallowly, unconsciously, never realizing that our breath is one of the most powerful tools we have. Your breath is the bridge between your body, your mind, and your spirit. It's the anchor that keeps you present. When you control your breath, you control your energy. And when you control your energy, you unlock your power. Here's something to try: sit still, close your eyes, and take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a moment. Then exhale slowly through your mouth. Do this a few times and notice what happens. You'll feel your body relax, but more importantly, you'll feel your awareness shift. This isn't just relaxation. This is alignment. It's you stepping into your own frequency. And the more you do this, the more you'll notice how your energy starts to shift in other areas of your life. Breathwork isn't just a tool, it's a doorway. Now let's talk about the body. Most people think spiritual power is all about the mind or the soul, but your body is just as important. It's not separate from your spiritual essence, it's a vessel for it. And if your vessel is neglected, your power is limited. Think about it, your body is constantly communicating with you. It tells you what it needs, what it fears, and what it's holding on to. But are you listening? Movement is another practice that awakens your abilities. And I don't mean exercise just for the sake of fitness. I mean intentional movement. Stretching, dancing, walking in nature, anything that allows your energy to flow freely through your body. When your energy is stagnant, so is your power. Moving your body isn't just about health, it's about liberation. It's about shaking loose the blocks that have been keeping you stuck. And when you move with intention, you'll start to feel a connection between your physical self and your spiritual self that you've never felt before. But it's not just about what you do with your body, it's about what you put into it. What you eat, what you drink, how you treat yourself. Your body is an antenna for spiritual energy. If you're constantly filling it with things that lower your frequency, processed foods, toxins, stress, you're dulling your connection. But when you nurture it, when you honor it, you'll notice how much clearer and stronger your intuition becomes. Your body is one of your greatest allies. Treat it like one. The next practice is stillness. Not the kind of stillness where you sit and wait for something to happen, but the kind where you allow yourself to simply be. Most of us are so busy doing that we forget how to just exist. But stillness is where your power speaks the loudest. It's where you hear the whispers of your intuition, the guidance of your higher self. If you want to awaken your abilities, you have to create space for them to emerge. Try this, find a quiet place, sit down and close your eyes. Don't try to silence your thoughts. Don't try to force anything. Just sit and notice what comes up. At first, it might feel uncomfortable. Your mind might race. Your body might fidget. That's okay. Let it happen. The discomfort is part of the process. It's your ego resisting the stillness because it knows that stillness is where its control starts to fade. But if you can sit with it, if you can let the noise settle, you'll start to notice something incredible, your awareness expanding. You'll feel a connection to something deeper, something vast. And that's where your power begins to take shape. Let's move into another practice, intention. Your thoughts are powerful, more powerful than you've been led to believe. Every thought you think carries energy. Every word you speak creates ripples. And as a chosen one, your thoughts and words have an even greater impact. This is why intention is so important. It's not enough to just think or speak, you have to mean it. You have to feel it. You have to align with it. Start small. When you wake up in the morning, set an intention for your day. Not a goal, not a task, an intention. Something like, today I will remain aligned with my highest self, or today I will act from a place of love and clarity. Say it out loud. Feel it resonate in your chest, and then carry that energy with you throughout the day. You'll be amazed at how quickly your reality starts to shift when your intentions are clear and aligned. But here's the catch: intention isn't just about what you want. It's about what you're willing to release. If your intentions are clouded by fear, doubt, or attachment, they lose their power. So ask yourself, what are you holding on to that's interfering with your ability to align with your intentions? What beliefs, habits, or patterns are keeping you stuck? Because until you release them, your power will always be limited. The final practice is connection. You are not meant to walk this path alone. As a chosen one, you are part of a greater web of energy, a collective consciousness that spans across time and space. And the more you connect with this energy, the more your abilities will awaken. This connection can take many forms. It can be through nature, through meditation, through relationships, or through spiritual practices like prayer or ritual. The key is to find what resonates with you and to make it a regular part of your life. But connection isn't just about reaching out, it's about receiving. It's about allowing yourself to be guided, to be supported. Too often, we try to carry everything on our own shoulders, thinking that strength means doing it all alone. But true strength comes from knowing when to ask for help, when to lean into the energy of something greater than yourself. So let me ask you, what would happen if you stopped trying to carry it all alone? What would happen if you allowed yourself to be supported, to be guided? Because the truth is, you're not alone. You never have been. Let's talk about mastery. This is where everything changes. Unlocking your spiritual power isn't the end goal. It's just the beginning. True power doesn't come from knowing what you're capable of, it comes from using it. It's about taking everything you've discovered, the stillness, the intuition, the connection, the alignment, and turning it into something tangible. Something that not only transforms your life but ripples out and impacts the lives of others. Because power, real power, doesn't exist in isolation. It flows. It radiates, it multiplies. But here's the truth most people avoid: mastery requires responsibility. It's not just about what you can do, it's about what you choose to do. Power without purpose is chaos. It's destructive. And as a chosen one, you don't have the luxury of using your abilities recklessly. You've been given these gifts for a reason, and that reason isn't about you. It's about the role you're meant to play in the collective, the ways you're meant to lift others, heal others, guide others. And that starts with how you show up in your own life. The first step to mastery is alignment. Not occasional alignment, but consistent alignment. It's not enough to practice stillness once in a while, to trust your intuition when it's convenient, to set intentions only when you're in the mood. Mastery is about making these practices a way of life. It's about living in a way that's so aligned with your highest self that everything you do, everything you touch, everything you create carries your energy. This isn't easy. In fact, it's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. Because staying aligned means constantly checking yourself. It means asking, does this decision match who I really am? Does this action come from my highest self, or from fear, ego, or doubt? And here's where it gets real. Mastery also means taking full accountability for your life. No more blaming circumstances. No more waiting for someone else to step in and save you. You have to own it, all of it. The good, the bad, the chaotic. Because only when you take full responsibility for your life can you truly change it. You can't master what you avoid. You can't rise if you're still running from yourself. Let's go deeper into the connection between your spiritual power and the lives of others. You've probably noticed something: people are drawn to you, not because of what you say or do, but because of the energy you carry. They sense it, even if they don't understand it. They see something in you that reminds them of what's possible in themselves. And that's what being a chosen one is about. It's not about standing above others, it's about walking beside them and showing them what's possible. Not by preaching, but by living. By being the embodiment of everything you've discovered. But here's the catch: the more you awaken, the more you'll trigger others. Not everyone will celebrate your growth. Some people will resist it. They'll try to pull you back into the world of fear, doubt, and limitation. Not because they're bad people, but because your light makes them uncomfortable. It reminds them of the parts of themselves they're not ready to face. And this is where your mastery will be tested the most. Can you hold your power even when others try to dim it? Can you stay true to yourself without shrinking to make others comfortable? Because here's the thing, your power isn't just for you. It's for them too. Even the ones who resist it. Especially the ones who resist it. The way you live, the way you carry yourself, the way you radiate your energy, it's a signal to others. It's an invitation. Not everyone will accept it, but some will. And for those who do, your light will be the catalyst for their own awakening. That's the ripple effect of spiritual power. It doesn't just change your life, it changes the energy of everything and everyone around you. Mastery isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about knowing that every moment is an opportunity to choose alignment, to choose love, to choose purpose, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Because the truth is, your power will be tested. Life will throw challenges your way, not to punish you, but to refine you. To see if you're truly ready to hold the energy you've unlocked. To see if you can stay aligned even when everything around you feels chaotic. So how do you hold your power in the face of challenges? The answer is simple, but not easy. You stop reacting. You stop letting external circumstances dictate your internal state. Most people live in reaction mode. Something happens, and they immediately react emotionally, mentally, physically. But as a chosen one, you're called to rise above that, to respond, not react, to act from a place of intention, not impulse. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It means creating space between what happens to you and how you choose to respond. It means stepping back, taking a breath, and asking, what does my highest self want to do here? Let's talk about how to use your power intentionally. Spiritual power isn't about control. It's not about forcing things to happen or manipulating outcomes. It's about alignment. When you're aligned, you don't have to force anything. The right people, opportunities, and experiences will naturally flow into your life. This doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. It means you act from a place of trust. You take inspired action not because you're afraid of what will happen if you don't, but because you feel called to. And when you take action from that place, the results are always more powerful than anything you could have planned. But here's something most people won't tell you. True mastery requires surrender. Not surrender in the sense of giving up, but surrender in the sense of releasing the need to control every outcome. The universe has a way of working things out in ways that are far beyond what your mind can comprehend. But if you're constantly trying to control everything, you block that flow. Surrender doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing your part and then letting go of the rest. It means trusting that the universe is conspiring in your favor, even when it doesn't feel like it. So where does this leave us? Mastery isn't a destination. It's a process. It's a way of living. And as a chosen one, your life is your greatest tool for awakening not only your own power, but the power of those around you. This isn't easy. It's not supposed to be. But it's worth it, because when you step into your power, when you fully embrace who you are and why you're here, you don't just change your life, you change the world, not with grand gestures or dramatic acts, but simply by being who you are. And now, the question isn't whether you have the power. You do. The question is, will you use it? Will you rise, even when it's hard? Will you step into the life you're meant to live, knowing that it won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it? The choice is yours. It always has been.